Culture Coaches again. This is a series that we started a few years ago during COVID as a way to connect with our students and connect our students with our employees at NSCC. And we have always been interested to hear about the stories and journeys of our students and to learn about their country, where they come from, how they came to us, and all of the wonderful details. So this is a great way to exchange information for us to learn about other places. And what I like is that we have two people presenting from the same country because everybody has a different story, a different background, different perspectives. And so it's really nice to demonstrate the differences within a country. So we are very excited, Daryl and Una, that you have volunteered. I also want to mention that Daryl and Una are here through Government of Canada funded ASEAN Seed scholarships. And so you're here for one semester. Daryl is studying in IT and Una is in early childhood education at Akerley. And we're really pleased that you agreed to do this. So welcome and thank you. I'm going to hand it over to Samreen, who's our coordinator of the International Student Ambassador Program. And she is the architect of this program and the presentation. Over to you, Sam.
Thank you so much, Ashley, for the beautiful introduction. So now we all know about Culture Coaches, and Daryl and Una were so fun to work with. I am pretty sure that everybody's going to have so much fun in the presentation today. And without wasting any more time, I'm just going to hand it over to Daryl and Una to move forward with the presentation.
Thank you so much, Sam.
Thank you. So, good day, everyone, wherever you may be. Good day, good evening, good night. So we're really glad to start off the school year with the culture coaching, and we're really happy to represent the Philippines. So,
Exactly.
to start off, hi, magandang araw. I am Una. Oh, sorry. Hi, magandang araw. I'm Una. I am studying early childhood education at the Akerley campus, and today I'm here with Daryl.
Hello, everyone. My name is Daryl Panugan. I'm 26 years old and I'm studying IT programming, a second year student in NSCC IT campus for one semester. So, yeah, nice to see you all. So, let's start.
Okay, so before we begin, we'd like to share with you how programs usually start in the Philippines. So we open with our national anthem, followed by our patriotic oath. In the Philippines, usually we sing along, but today we'll simply play the music and invite you to place your right hand on the left side of your chest, where your heart is, as a sign of respect. Let's play this. So the English lyrics are on the side. So since it's not playing, I hope it's okay that I play it with my phone and just leave my mic open. Okay. So we hope everybody's having a great day, and we're really looking forward to enjoy everything with you. And later
Happy to
after
enjoy,
this, we're
guys.
going to have the patriotic oath, and we're going to have a breakdown of everything we'll be discussing.
Una, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I don't think we can hear it.
Excuse me?
Yeah, we can
Uh,
hear it.
I don't
You
think
don't
we can
hear
hear
it?
it.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I'm sorry. So I'll try to play it with another slide. If it still doesn't push through, I would love to just read through the lyrics with you guys. It's not pushing through, I'm sorry. So let's just move forward with the reading through the lyrics. So, Lupang Hinirang, just translated loosely, would mean land of the morning, child of the sun returning, with fervor burning, thee do our souls adore. Land dear and holy, cradle of noble heroes, near shall invaders trample thy sacred shores. Ever within thy skies, and through thy clouds, and o'er thy hills and seas, do we behold thy radiance, feel the throb of glorious liberty. Thy banner dear to all hearts, its sun and stars alight. Oh, never shall its shining fields be dimmed by tyrant's might. Beautiful land of love, O land of light, in thine embrace 'tis rapture to lie. But it is glory ever when, rather, thou art wronged, for us thy sons to suffer and die. So, after that, we usually have our patriotic oath. It's our Panatang Makabayan, and it's recited as pledge of love and loyalty to the country. And with that, we invite you to raise your right hand, and Tyrell and I, as well as anyone else who would love to recite it in Filipino, it's on the right side. But if you would love to say it in English, opposite. The English version is on the right side, and the Tagalog version would be on the left side. So, for us, it would be Panatang Makabayan, aking inibig ko ang Pilipinas, aking lupang
Lupang
sinilangan,
sinilangan,
tahanan ng
tahanan
aking
ng aking
lahi.
lahi. Kinukupkop
Kinukup ako
ko
at
at
tinulungan maging
tinutulungan,
malakas, masipag at
masipag at
marangal.
marangal.
Dahil mahal ko ang
Mahal ko ang
Pilipinas,
Pilipinas,
diringgin ko
dinigin
ang
ko ang
payo ng
payo ng
aking
aking
mga
mga
magulang.
magulang.
Susundin
Susundin
ko ang
ko ang
tuntunin ng
tuntunin
aking
ng paaralan.
paaralan. Tutuparin
Tutuparin
ko
ko
ang
ang
mga
tungkulin,
tungkulin ng mamamayang makabayan na naglilingkod,
naglilingkod,
nag-aaral,
nag-aaral,
at
at nag-aaral
nagdarasal ng buong
ng buong
katapatan.
katapatan.
Iaalay ko ang
Inaalay ko
aking
ang
buhay,
aking buhay,
pangarap at
pangarap,
pagsisikap
pagsisikap
sa
sa
bansang
bansang
Pilipinas.
Pilipinas.
So, thank you for that, everybody. So, here's the breakdown of everything that you would be expecting. We're going to have an icebreaker, two truths, one lie, and it's closely related to the Philippines culture. We're going to show you where exactly the Philippines is. We're going to have a brief history, and we're going to teach you how to write your name in Baybayin, which used to be the main writing system in the Philippines. We're also going to explain facts about the Philippine flag. We're going to tell you how we traveled to Nova Scotia and attempted to get through jet lag. Some fun
Yeah,
facts about the Philippines as well, activities and transportations. We're going to give you a lot of tourist hacks. And of course, what everybody is really looking forward to, we're going to talk about the food and where to get them here in Halifax. So, to officially start, again, hello everybody. My name is Una. I am from Manila. I am studying early childhood education at the Ekerly campus, wherein my host institution is Miriam College.
yeah, and my name is Daryl Tanugan, and I'm studying IT programming, and my home institution is WCC or World City Colleges Antipolo Campus.
So, for our game, Two Truths, One Lie, we need to keep our eyes peeled. So, how does Two Truths, One Lie go? Basically, there's going to be two truths in these three statements. So there's
Yeah.
one lie of which what everyone would have to guess. So let's read it out. First, the first statement says the Filipino dish chicken adobo went to space. The second statement says that there is a volcano inside a lake, inside a volcano somewhere in the Philippines. And the last statement says, due to severe flooding, the Philippines has a small island where you can legally drive a car underwater. So please do write in the chat box whatever you think the lie is. And we're going to give everyone a few seconds to try and guess. Although it does seem a bit tricky, we're going to
Yeah,
explain it at the end.
exactly. For flooding comments,
So Ashley's saying that B is true because she saw it somewhere. Okay, let's see. But Samrina is saying B is
but
the
the
lie.
correct answer.
Okay, so A. Samrina is changing to C. Okay, how about we count from 10 and then we reveal the lie? How does that sound? They're changing their answers. Okay, let's do this. Okay, 10, 9, 8,
8,
7,
7, 6,
6, 5,
5,
4,
4,
3,
3,
2,
2,
1.
1.
So the lie would be letter C. So, due to severe
Yeah.
flooding, the Philippines has a small island where you can legally drive a car underwater. No. Although the Philippines is kind of known for its floods and heavy rain, there's no island where you can legally drive underwater. Doing so would be extremely dangerous and illegal. So, just
Illegal.
to explain, letter A, yes, this chicken adobo did go to space as per request of a certain astronaut way back in 2014. So they were asked what kind of food they would want to pack to space. And to be honest, I would also say chicken adobo. And letter B, Daryl, what is the name of the volcano that is inside a lake that is inside a volcano?
That volcano, it's a Taal Lake, right? So that's the volcano in the Philippines. That there's a volcano inside a lake, inside a volcano. So that's the
Yes.
Taal Lake,
So it's actually one of the most active volcanoes in the
active
Philippines.
volcano.
Yes. So where is the Philippines on a map?
So yeah, as you can see on the screen, the Philippines, where you can see the Philippines. So the Philippines is an archipelago. It's an island nation. So as you can see, Filipino plates. We're in the middle. We're in between Pacific plates and also the call this Indian plates and Australian plates as well. So our country neighbors like Asian countries, um, like Taiwan, Japan, Korea, those are Philippines neighbor country.
Yes,
So let's
exactly.
proceed to the next slide.
So I just wanted to congrats everybody. You
Yes.
guys all had good guesses with the two truths, one lie. So let's give ourselves a round of applause for that. So we're going to have a brief history of the Philippines. Long before colonization, the Philippines was home to thriving communities.
Yeah.
So we had our own leaders, we had our own trade networks, and a lot of rich traditions as well. During the pre-colonial period, Filipinos already had a writing system called baybayin, and it's an ancient script made up of symbols that represent syllables. So although it's not widely used anymore, baybayin still is a proud symbol of our heritage. And we'd absolutely love for you guys to experience it yourselves. So we're gonna have you write your name in baybayin. So how does this work? Here is a quick guide to baybayin. This QR code will send you to this guide. And this is an online keyboard that you can scan with your phone. So kindly scan that while I explain how we're going to do this. So it is kind of intimidating at first since there's a lot of symbols, but we'll break it down so it's easier to digest. So is the QR code accessible to everybody? Yes, Samreen?
Una, just a quick thing. Do you mind zooming out a little bit? Because I think the QR code is not properly visible. It's
Oh,
cut off.
okay. Here you go.
Yeah,
Thank you for telling me. There we go. Is that okay?
that looks great. Thank you.
Okay. So, kindly raise your hand if you have accessed the Baybayin keyboard. Okay, thank you. So for the Baybayin letter guide, you can see that almost all of the letters in the cells have a pair, uh, a pair vowel, because that's how the writing system is used. So let's give you guys an example. Let's use my name, for example. My name is Una, so it's two syllables, and it can be found over here. Where is my mouse? Letter U is over here. So U, and then letter N, na. Here is letter N. So lucky for me, my na has an A at the end. So that means I won't need an X. As you can see, my U does have an X. Now, why is that? See, in the Baybayin language, in the Baybayin system, we have a kuwit and a sabat. So if you look down here, this is a kuwit, this is a sabat. So just using Daryl's name, for example, we can see that there's a dot up here. That means something else. That and the lack of a dot also means something else. So what does that mean? Just to break it down simply, if there is no dot, it ends with a. So with Daryl's name, it's da, because again, it has no dot. Now what about this? If the dot is on the top of the letter, it's pronounced as e or e. So let's remember that. On top, e or e. At the bottom, it's o or u. No dot is a. Let's start that over. No dot is a. Dot on the top is e or e. Dot on the bottom is o or u. Now that only applies if the letter begins with a consonant. Now, it's worth mentioning that the Baybayin writing system focus on phonetics, or how your name or words sound. So with Ashley's name, we're going to use S solely. We're not going to use a sh sound. So I'd love to use Ashley's name as an example, if that's okay. Okay. So behind me, we have a whiteboard that the Halifax Central Library also generously lent me. So please keep the writing system at your screens and the online keyboard at your phones, because I really, really, really would love you guys to write your names on the chat box. So for Ashley, we have, I hope this is noticeable. I'll zoom it in if it isn't. I'll zoom it in here. So we have A, and then we have S, since we do not have SH. So if we're going to put in S, it would be, and remember what I told you about the kuwit in the sabat? Since this does not have a kuwit, it's pronounced a sa. So a sa. But since we need as and s for Ashley's name, it should be an X at the bottom. So that would remove the A. It's like we're doing math here. So a, sa, and since it's phonetics, we're going to use Li. So here is our letter L. That would be, and you guys, I know it's a bit complicated, so it doesn't have to look exactly like the writing system, as long as you can identify it as that. So, a, s, li. Now remember, with the sabat, we have to put it up if it's e or e. So with Ashley's name, it's going to look like this. Is
That
it
is
clear to
so cool.
everybody?
Thank you.
Yes, absolutely. That is correct. Oh, there you go. So you can also use a translator. That looks really good, Mike. So Daryl and I, we have our names here at the side. So Una. So for those of you who are finished with their names, kindly put it in the chat box. And to those of you who are a little confused, don't be afraid. Shoot your questions. We can help you out. If you want us to write your names in bye-bye, and we can also have that for you. That looks really good. Thank you for that. It does feel like math, but math I like. Thank you. So are we good with the writing system? If you guys need any help, you can say it to us now, or you can re-say it at the end of the slide. Thank you. Unfortunately, it's not as widely used. It's really sad because it's such a good writing system. But um, since it's so symbolic and it's really, really good to use when it comes to very important cultural events. We use it for, well, the University of the Philippines uses it for the sashes that they have for graduates. It's called a sablay, and the baybayin writing there is very visible, and that's kind of what they really want to show it. So, were everybody good with the writing system? Did everybody like that? Thank you. So it doesn't end there. We would like to have you guys see the Filipino flag and know its symbolism.
All right. So guys, as you can see, oh, that's fine. All right. So as you can see on the screen, that's the Philippine flag. So let me discuss you about the color, the designs of the Philippine flag. So first, um, the Philippine flag is is rich in symbolism, and also every color, shape, and elements represents something important about our country's history and also ideals. So first, let's discuss about the blue one, the color blue. So color blue represents peace, honesty, and justice. So, and also patriotism as well. And the color red, it represents valor, bravery, courage, and the willingness of the people to, to shed blood in defense, in terms of defending the country. And yeah, like I said, patriotism. So the color white on the triangle one, it's symbolize purity and unity of the people or the Filipino people, and it's also symbolize equality, liberty, and fraternity. So it also calls in the Philippines Katipunan, so the secret revolutionary society that fought for independence from Spain, and also the three stars. So this is the for me this is the main character in the flag in our the Philippine flag. So the three stars, it represents the three main islands group in the Philippines, because Philippines divided to three into three islands. So the first one is Luzon. The second one is Visayas, and the last one is Mindanao. And the last shape or elements in our Philippine flags is the sun. So the sun represents independence, freedom, and also democracy. So it has each race. So each race represents or stands for one of the first eight provinces that revolts against Spanish rule in during 1896. So those provinces are Manila, Cavite, Bulacan, Pampanga, Nueva Ecija, Bataan, Laguna, Batangas. So those are the 8 provinces that represents the 8 rays of the sun. So I just want to tell you as well some notes about our flags. So the flag can be displayed with the red field top during times of wars to signify a nation in conflict. And yeah, as you can see now, the blue one on top in times of peace. So those are the some explanation about our Philippine flag. So let's proceed now to the key facts about Philippines. So Philippines, we gain our independence from the United States on July 4, 1946, and we gained as well, or we freed from Spanish rule on June 12, 1898. So the Philippines capital is Manila, where Una lives. Yeah. And the most populous city in Manila is Quezon City. And the Philippines population is over 115 million, which is the 13th most populous country in the world. And the area of the Philippines, it's about 300,000 square kilometers, which is one of the largest island nations in the world. And our official languages, of course, we call it Filipino language, and also the universal language, which is English. But in the Philippines, we have over 180 regional languages and dialects that that we speak. So the diversity in the Philippines, there's a lot of or we influences from different countries like Malay, Spanish, American, and Chinese heritage blended with local traditions. And those traditions, we still have it up to these days. And we are very thankful as well, for those traditions, cultures that we have, that we get from those countries. And the religion in the Philippines, it's predominantly Christian, mainly Roman Catholic, with Islam and the other faiths. For the economy, it's a fast growing, driven by services, remittances, BPO, and also a young workforce. So those are the key facts about the Philippines. So let's proceed now to country overview. You first, Una.
Just to keep it just to keep it short,
Yeah.
I did come from Manila, but there's been confusion a lot with Manila and Metro Manila. So Metro Manila holds a lot of cities, including Manila. But there's also Quezon City, there's Pasig, there's a lot of cities in Metro Manila. My family originally came from Pampanga. We moved to Manila and I'm studying in Quezon City. So when I'm asked where I live, I say everywhere, and it's kind of true. So Manila is kind of the city that you would want to go to if you want to experience everything. It's not for everyone because it does seem under overwhelming for most. But in Manila, there's a lot, you can experience a lot of culture that's like deeply grounded. You can experience the museums, very, very rich art, and the food as well. So with Daryl and I, we come from very different places, but very, very similar climates.
So yeah, I'm from Rizal province. As you can see in the map, it's quite far from where Una live. So yeah, I located from Antipolo City, It's a northeast part of Manila. Especially my language is Tagalog and also English, and I can also speak one of our dialect in the Philippines, which what we call Bisaya. And yeah, as Una mentioned earlier, climate there in the Philippines, it's a tropical climate, which is hot and humid year round. So we don't experience winter. So we hope we experience winter here in Canada. We hope for that.
That's why, because me, I get cold easily, and I
Yeah,
didn't bring a lot
me
of
too.
winter clothes. So when I'm here and I tell my friends that it's hot, it means that it's really hot, and it just hits different because in the
Yeah,
Philippines, yeah, I'm used to being hot, but Canada, oof, the cold is just
it's
different.
cold. It's cold here
It's
for us.
really cold. So cute.
So yeah, how did we travel going to Nova Scotia? So me from the Philippines, since we traveled separately, I traveled separately with Una. So I traveled from the Philippines. I lay over to Tokyo, and also after that I traveled to Montreal for 12 hours. That's my first international travel. So it's so it's so jet. I have a lot of jet lags. And from Montreal, I traveled to Nova Scotia. So the total flight time for me, it's 25 hours. So
For
that's it.
me, from the Philippines, I traveled to Taiwan and then Vancouver, where I had a 12-hour layover, and I lost my luggage. And then I went to Halifax. That's a story for another time. Not my proudest moment, but definitely an experience. So, I asked my seniors that are still here and that are still in the Akerley campus. They also came from Miriam College. And we were asking them, what tips do you have for flying? And they said, oh, to somehow avoid jet lag, you should sync your body clock with the time zone of the country, the place that you're going to. And I said, okay, but that's kind of difficult considering that I'm going to a lot of different places because it's not like a one-stop flight. So I said, it's okay. I'll survive. I would call that surviving, but I was kind of bedridden for an entire day. But the view was beautiful. It was worth the jet lag.
Exactly. It's so hard. So let's proceed now with the fun facts about our location in the Philippines. So, I mentioned earlier, I'm from Antipolo, the northeast of Manila. So, Antipolo Cathedral, you can see there, that's I think I should say landmark in Antipolo, which is the Antipolo Cathedral. Many Filipinos know that place or that cathedral. That's very popular in the Philippines and also in the Antipolo city. So it's the national shrine of Our Lady of Peace and Good Vibes. And for the scenic views and nature, um, it's a Sierra Madre slopes who protects the Philippines from typhoons. And we have also cool weather there, lush greenery as well. For art and culture, in Antipolo City, we have handicrafts, wood carvings, and local industries. For food and pasalubong, for food, we have a suman, it's a sticky rice here. I think it's a sticky rice. Yeah. Cashew products and mangoes as well. And for tourism and recreation, we have mountain resorts, waterfalls, hiking spots as well. For celebrations and festivals, um, We have two, the Maytime Festival and also Hinulugang Taktak. So as you can see in the pictures, you can see the Antipolo Cathedral, the Maytime Festival, which is Sumaka Festival, we called it as well, and the Hinulugang Taktak, one of the popular falls in Antipolo, and also the suman, rice cake, mango, and the cashew nuts. And we have also a lot of souvenirs there that you can you can buy or yeah you can get, you know. So yeah, that's it for the in the Antipolo City.
Antipolo is so rich in culture. It's just so
Yeah.
beautiful. So in Manila, I wanted to show you guys the museums that I was talking about earlier because Manila is very rich in museums and art galleries. So Manila, when I say that you can kind of go to the museums in just one day, I mean that because most of them are free and most of them are very near each other. So when I say museums, we have art museums, we have cultural museums, and we also have dessert museums. And here they are. This is kind of Manila in a nutshell. We have Ocean Park, a beautiful place to visit with your kids. Manila is also known for the Mall of Asia, which I have to recheck if it's still the largest mall in Asia, but it did hold the world record. And we have Quiapo Church, which is one of the oldest churches in the Philippines. We have a National Museum, and you will also, if you like relaxing museums in the morning and party hard nightlives, Manila is definitely a place to visit for you. So not only that, we also have wonderful landmarks. Okay, we have beautiful landmarks, all of them historic and well preserved. And these are also the landmarks in Antipolo. If I'm not mistaken, this is Pinto Art.
Yeah, this is Pinto Art, one of the museum in Antipolo, and the two pictures above. Um, I already mentioned it, the Antipolo Cathedral and Hinulugan Taktak Falls. So those are the landmarks that that you will know in Antipolo City.
So at the bottom, this is Fort Santiago. It's also known in the Philippines as the Walled City. It's one of the main establishments that survived even after decades of wars. And this is the Manila Cathedral. It's one of, I think, it's one of the most beautiful churches in the Philippines. It's absolutely stunning. You should visit it sometime.
I agree with
And
that, Una.
see, this is Rizal Park. So if Rizal seems like a familiar surname to you guys, Jose Rizal is the Philippines' main national hero. And this is the park where he was shot in, and they decided to name it after him to commemorate his memory. So we also have multiple more modes of transportation that I think you guys should take note of if you do want to do the one day museum thing. So here are the rates. Just keep in mind the exchange rates from CAD to Philippine pesos, because if you would keep that in mind, this would be like somehow cheap. So tricycles, this is a tricycle. It's a motorcycle with an attached sidecar, and depending on where you're going, depending if you're alone or if you're with other people, here is the price rate. We also have jeepneys. So jeepneys are really convenient because they're really fast. And when they are going fast, they are open. So the wind is just hitting your face. So when it's a hot day, it's just so refreshing. But we also have e-jeeps here if you're opting for more on an air-conditioned vehicle. We also have buses, and beside would be the air-conditioned buses. yes, in the Philippines, we always have options because air conditioned modes of transportations are more expensive. But nonetheless, they're all an experience when it comes to riding them. So here's something that my Canadian friends didn't expect. The buses in the Philippines don't have schedules, and
Yeah, there's
you really have to push your luck whether there will be a bus, because your main thing with guessing if there's a bus or not will be the weather or the news.
yeah.
So
That's why I'm really amazed. I'm really
yeah,
amazed when we got here. I'm really amazed about the bus system here. And there are some people telling me that sometimes it's late, but for me it's so amazing. you know,
and
because there's
with the U
no
Pass as well.
yeah, that's why it's so very, very amazed about, the
It's
bus
very
system here.
convenient, especially for students who are stressed during finals and couldn't even bother to grab the change in their pocket. It's frustrating sometimes. So that's really something that's very, very convenient here. A
Yeah.
culture shock that
Agree.
we definitely enjoyed. So moving on to the fun activities and our favorite spots, we wanted to incorporate activities that you wouldn't hear in the top things to do in the Philippines or top 10 things to visit in Manila or everything. Because we wanted to put in really niche things that would really have you experience the culture. So, first, we have food. Sorry, lunchtime, hungry, delicious food. My bad. But in the Philippines, we have bull fights. So we lay down banana leaves, we eat with a lot of people, and somehow it really saves you the washing dishes and everything. And it has you bond with people in this very intimate way. It's really beautiful. It's really delicious. Would recommend. And it's,
And also you're using your bare hands, to eat like
yes,
this.
it's convenient.
In the Philippines, yeah, you can eat using your bare hands.
And sometimes boodle fights, they have themes. So sometimes there's vegetable themes, chicken. There's also most of the time it's seafood and salted egg. It's a very common theme in the Philippines. It's also cheap, similar to thrifting. So we tried thrifting here, and the first few thrift stores that we went to, Village Valley, I think the culture shock was still there because although people would consider Village Valley as cheap, it was expensive for us. Yes, sharing food, no dishes, heaven, and delicious food. We would really recommend that you try boodle fighting, even here, because there's really no limits to what you can do with boodle fight. We also would recommend you guys to go on food trips in the Philippines, which isn't difficult to do because there's a lot of food night markets in the Philippines, also really cheap. And there's a huge assortment to the point where there are Turkish food and Indian food in night markets. Even mentioned to Samreen that pani puri is very famous in the Philippines, even in night
Yes, it's
markets.
very famous.
Love it. Pani puri is amazing. And of course, karaoke. Guys, we're Filipinos. Who are we if we don't have karaoke's in our household? Karaoke isn't an event thing. Although yes, it's more common during events, but karaoke is kind of an everyday thing for Filipinos.
Yeah, it's part of our daily lives, karaoke, singing, wherever we want.
Just the smallest celebrations. We got out of the
Yeah,
bed in the morning. Okay, let's put on the karaoke song. It's just a really nice way to kind of celebrate and enjoy so many
yeah,
great
that's
singers in the
nice.
Philippines.
There's a lot of Filipino great singers. Especially, did you hear the news that Jessica Sanchez, who won the
Oh yeah. There's also Miss
America's
Leia
Got Talent?
Salonga.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Speaking of,
great Filipino singers as well, popular singers in the Philippines.
another thing that people really liked in the Philippines is how cheap the things are. So I mentioned Mall of Asia earlier. This is Mall of Asia. And Mall of Asia is definitely a place you would love to go to if you want to buy the things you would buy here, but at a much cheaper price. And here's something that I was kind of debating on putting, but afternoon shows in the Philippines, the main goal is to pull in people because they're aired live, both face to face and in the television. So, what they do is they always want to have a huge audience in the stadium. So, they either contact people to fill in to make sure that the seats look full. And often, if you're a tourist and you come there, they like bantering with you, they like communicating with you, asking you how you like the
They
Philippines
will
so far.
introduce you.
Yes. And often they would have you hold a banner of where you're from to
Yes.
so when the camera pans to you, you're like representing your country. And it's really fun because they have a lot of games and a lot of prizes. Not only that, if you like the thrill of being on TV and communicating with people, you might like the thrill of being in a theme park. So that's something that I really recommend that you do in the Philippines. Aside from that, maximizing what the Philippines is known for, the beaches. One of the most known beaches would be Boracay, known for its white sand. It's really great there, especially when the weather's hot and the rain isn't pouring, because believe me, Boracay is beautiful, but Boracay is different when it's raining. Still beautiful, just a different kind of beautiful. Oh, guys, Calesa. This is a calesa. It was most popularized during the Spanish period. It's mostly seen in Manila, and you can have a pop at it for like maybe 200 pesos, and they'll have you go around Manila with a horse. It's mostly a tourist thing, and often it's not used as an actual mode of transportation here. So something that really need you to keep an eye on is the prices because they know that tourists would want to ride the calesas, so they kind of hike up the price a bit. But
Yeah,
if you do
actually,
wanna
Palesa, it's historic transportation way back, like
Spanish
um,
era,
60s, you know,
yes.
that inspired by Spanish tradition.
Hmm. And it's such a good experience because the wind, like, what is it with me and winds? But when you're in the Philippines and it's really hot, you'll understand my hyperfixation with the wind because it's one of the best perks of riding a calesa along with a pedicab. So a pedicab, it's similar to a tricycle, but this time the bicycle has a sidecar instead of the motorcycle. There's also UP Fair, which is kind of a yearly not a concert, it's a protest in the Philippines where people join in, even artists, to protest for certain causes, and then people volunteer and they help and they do whatever they can. They sign petitions, they raise awareness, and it's just a good cause to participate in. We also have festivals. Now, the Philippines is rich in festivals. So, name a festival, I guarantee you we have it. We even have festivals for flowers, for masks, for baskets, for shoes, for saints. It's beautiful. It's a fun experience that's filled with music and food. Food is never going to leave the Philippine tradition, and it's a blessing, really. Speaking of,
So speaking of favorite foods, so here's our favorite foods in the Philippines, Una and I. So the first one, it's the sinigang. It's sinigang. You can make a sinigang using pork or um, beef, right? Una, you can use either two of them. So this is sinigang. Hold on. Okay. Yeah, this is sinigang and also the sisig. Oh, one second. Yeah. So as you can see here, sisig it consists of minced pork or sometimes Um, we use fish with like a jalapeno and also some eggs. So that's the sisig. And also pancit. So pancit is, a very popular food in the Philippines. And we have beliefs that pancit can make your lives longer, especially during birthday celebrations. If you have pancit, it makes we believe that if you have pancit in your birthday, your life will keep longer and longer. And also seafoods. Everyone here in the meeting knows this, and this is very very tasty. It's good, and I love seafoods. And this is a beef caldereta. So beef caldereta, it's kind of a stew, Hawaiian stew, but it's kind of different as well in Filipino dishes. So beef caldereta, it's so good. And also beef nilaga. So in English, we call it stew. So it consists of beef, some vegetables, and corn. So those are the favorite foods. And you can see on the next slide, street foods. In the Philippines, street foods is very popular as well. Wherever places you will go in the Philippines, you will see street foods, right? So you this is a balut. We called it balut, which is a duck egg, right? Una,
The
it's duck egg.
embryo.
Yeah, it's duck egg. So it's a squid. As you can see, those street foods like barbecues, there is a squid barbecues, pork barbecues, pork intestines, chicken intestines, and also hot dogs, and so many more. So those are the street foods that we have in the Philippines.
Something that we actually didn't expect is that people were surprised that we said we consider calamari as street food in the Philippines
It's street
because it's
food.
so more the price is just better there and
Yeah.
they have like big portions of calamari as well.
So in the Philippines, and even though all over the world, this fast food restaurants is very known. And the Philippines, very popular is Jollibee, McDonald's, Chowking. This is a Chinese restaurant, and also the KFC, the Kentucky Fried Chicken. So those are, our favorite foods in the Philippines when it comes to fast food.
I just have to say something that I didn't expect. I mean, yeah, Filipinos love rice.
Yeah.
So it just kind of came as a shock to me when I went into McDonald's one day and I said, okay, I want to go ahead and maybe have chicken nuggets as my side dish. And I went there and said, can I have chicken nuggets with rice? And then the cashier was like, rice? I said, no, rice. And then the cashier was like, rice. I said, yeah, rice. Do you have rice? And then that's when it started sinking in. They don't have rice here in McDonald's. So I was like,
Even
yeah,
in
yeah, we have
McDonald's,
rice.
there's,
Chicken nugget with
you
rice.
know, I'm really surprised as well that McDonald's here, there is no chicken. Yeah, actual chicken, right? Like in the picture, but they have chicken sandwich as instead of having, rice and chicken. But it's really good. It's really good. So, so now, as a Filipino living here in Canada for around less than 6 months, so we discovered a lot of Filipino restaurant as well. So now, if we want to eat Filipino foods here in Canada, so so many there are so many Filipino restaurants like the Mac Jolly Filipino fast food chain. I think you know this one. And also the Village Diner. Actually, the Village Diner is 8 minutes walk from here, from my house, where I live. So this is the place where I always go. Can you please go back, Anna, to the previous one, Anna? So the third one is the Silong Express. It's along Main Avenue. So that's a Filipino restaurant as well.
But not to be biased, I think Daryl and I do have a favorite restaurant. So the Village Diner is
The Village
really,
Diner.
really
You can
good.
visit
Yeah.
there, guys.
And
It's
the price
awesome.
is also great.
Yeah, it's nice. It's very good.
Tamreen did recommend, yeah, Rocky's Barbecue. Tamreen did recommend Rocky's Barbecue. It's when I looked it up, it's Filipino owned as well.
So yeah, those are the Filipino restaurant, the Don Lechon restaurant or resto bar rather, and Alae Eatery. So which is I think it's located in Dartmouth, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And those three, in the first slide, they are located in Halifax. So you can visit anytime you want, guys.
So thank you so much for joining us today. Um, we hope that you learned a little about the Philippines, and we hope that you enjoy discovering our culture, discovering our history, and our food and traditions as well. So,
Oh,
if you'd
Una,
like
we
to
still
explore
have
more
some slides. I think you did you get the the latest one? I'm gonna send it to you so that we can, create this and continue. Because we still have I just wanna introduce as well sports and dances in the Philippines.
sports and dances, I don't think it's here with me.
I'm
Wait.
gonna send it to you now. Hold on one second.
Oh, here. Okay. Yeah, I got it.
All right. So yeah, in the Philippines we have sports and dances. So I put here some popular sports in the Philippines, and we all know that this kinds of sports is very popular in the world. So the first one is volleyball. We have volleyball, basketball, badminton, taekwondo. It's a Japanese, I think it's Japanese sport that we derive from. So and also our niece. This is our pambansang laro as of today, and also cheer dance. I think cheer Una is part of a cheer dance, right? Okay, so let's proceed to the next slide about some dances. So in the Philippines, we have different dances. So we have folk dance and traditional dance, indigenous and ethnic dances. And we also have, Spanish influence dances as well, and modern contemporary dances. So here's are the different dances in the Philippines: street dancing and interpretive dance, hip hop. This is a folk dance, the sayaw sa bangko, tinikling, and karenosa. Fun facts about me as well. I'm a dancer as well in every schools I have attended for so many years. Uh, I I know how to dance ballroom, hip hop, interpretive dance, and any kinds of dance I can dance with that. So yeah, that's it.
Thank you for that. I'm sorry, I didn't realize about the slides,
It's okay. It's
but
okay. It's
thank you
fine.
for going over that. So, there are a lot of videos of these dances and celebration as well on
Yeah.
YouTube. So feel free to look it up because there is a lot, and they're all very beautiful and colorful.
Yes.
So, salamat or thank
Salamat.
you for joining us today. So, we do encourage everybody to just strike their questions. The floor is open.
Thank you so much, Daryl and Una. It was a very, very good presentation. I think we all had so much fun.
Oh yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
So, if anybody has a question, kindly put them in the chat box or raise your hand.
Do you want to recommend some songs that we can listen to?
This is biased, but I have a lot of Filipino songs, but
Me
I would
too.
recommend my friends. Uh, my Filipino band, it's called Cup of Joe. So kind of like the coffee. So Cup of Joe, they are young musicians and their song varies from um looking for yourself, looking for love, or like yearning, which is a very common theme with us. And they are just one of those Filipino bands that uh, really with their beliefs and their music with through their music actually. We will be preparing a Spotify playlist for you guys, and we'll also add to the Spotify playlist that's set up on the ISA page.
That's awesome.
And
Thank you so much, both of you. I think it was amazing. Awesome. I'm going to stop recording now so that.
thank
Okay.
you. Thank you so much,
So
guys.
we
I
just
hope you
like
learned
to
something
thank
about,
everybody.
Philippines.
Thank you. It was such a pleasure to be here. It was so
Yeah,
fun to share our
exactly.
culture with
Awesome.
everybody. We'd like to apologize for going